Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to another episode of Written Wednesday. I, of course, am your host, caffeinated on Monster Energy and loads of existential dread, as well as imbued with an inability to pronounce basic English, proving my point there. It is I, the Apprentice 225, also known as Caleb, also known as Juice, also known as however you came across me. So, I hope everyone's having a great day. They've not gone too stark raving mad from all this corona-based isolation. And the dread, the unimaginable indignity of having to think of others and wear a mask. And I hope you're up for an afternoon or maybe even an entire evening of watching me do a little bit of typing. As we know, I have been struggling to finagle with this last bit of the story here in the way it flowed. As I've mentioned a couple of times and failed to make any realistic or noteworthy progress, I wanted to rewrite how the scene was going because I felt, after rewatching one of my favorite movies, I picked up on a narrative device that they used in which there is always a sense of forward motion. Now, what happens in the movie is that there's always a sense that something plot essential is happening or the story's constantly going forward. It doesn't stagnate, it doesn't dwell in any one place too long. It's just, here's an event that's happened, followed by here's an event that happens, here's an event that happens, and so on and so forth. And look at my rings, I'm showing off. But there's always a sense that the adventure's moving forward. Now, I will say there are some movies that do pacing very well in letting you chew the fat and look around the scenery. I myself personally enjoy very much world building in settings like that, or just the idea of a sandbox that I can explore and just feel it and get the right nuance for. Or not even nuance, just the flavor of the land, get a feeling like I'm living there. And ironically, my favorite movie of all time, it doesn't do that. And in translating that back to my book, I feel like the issue lies in that the Infinity Drive itself as a machine has no real character. It tearing amuck in the ship might be able to be done right, but it would have to be very quick, and I had it spill over far too many pages. Pictures. I'm staring at the little tiny me in OBS. Hello, mini me. How you doing? I wish I had the editing prowess where I could just be like, ah, and like high five little me. That'd be great. But I wanted to take and have them encounter the Rolfians first, and I've been finagling and overusing that word, and basically just bouncing off of it as much as I can to try and make an effective change there that works with the pacing of the book. Turns off the phone. One of these days, as I get better at editing, I'll just stop doing that and edit the song in to begin with. But I've been monkeying around with that. New word. And before the stream, I managed to get one page sorted out. Boop, here we go. And I lift my little blinky finger there so I can take it. And I also sorted OBS out before I started streaming. Hallelujah! And I got a bit of it down that I'm quite happy with. So, boop, you go back into the story, and we'll progress from there. I haven't done this before in the streams, and I think this is to my detriment, and it's a weird personal quirk of mine, but what I usually end up doing when I want to rewrite something or fiddle with something is I'll take and rip the chunk out of the story and like screaming and kicking, throw it into its own blank little document, smack it into shape, into something I like, grab it, pull it back out, and then put it back in the story. Just the unique Kali-maception. And I finally have it set up so that I can do that in this stream. And I think it's going to be for my benefit. If not, I've got more Monster Energy here. I just finished a bag, and still stayed in diet, of teriyaki turkey jerky. Oh, that's a tough one to want to get through. Teriyaki turkey jerky. I'm pleased with myself that I didn't screw that up. I feel like I deserve a medal. Mr. Anthony, I'm waiting for my close-up. Mr. DeMille, I'll expect my Emmy in the post. And an audience too, if that wouldn't be too much to ask for. Until then, I will just try and fill up the stream and hopefully provide some good writing advice for anyone who's joining me or on Picarto or here on YouTube, which is probably where you're seeing this now. Hello, me of the future. Yes, I do periodically go back and look over my videos. Because I've noticed, much like DeviantArt Eclipse, YouTube doesn't seem to work right in all of its features. Now, granted, YouTube is slightly more functionally inclined than DeviantArt Eclipse, which I do not like, and I do not like the staff's handling of in their idea of majority rules, screw the older members of the site. This might be the art community, but we're here to make money, baby. It just seems disingenuous for the art community that's been there and kept the site going this time. If you want to be a place for the art community, you're not just there for the new people. You should find something that works through all your base. Be a beacon, be a symbol for that community that you want to project, or at least purport to be a fan of, a safe haven for. But I digress. I periodically go through because YouTube's view counter, I'll see on the outside of the video, it'll go no views, and I'll go, and there'll be big man greasy tears, and I'll click the video and it'll go 4 views, and it's like, when did that happen? And you click back to the regular page and it still says 0 views, so there's some discrepancy there that makes me cry. Gotta say though, molars right back there, really feeling that tough, chewy jerky. Okay, and I had just fixed the interaction where Gojira sees Tanner walk back onto the command deck and realizes that not only is he physically beat up by his scruffy uniform, but his emotional state, as well as Cairo's, are in turmoil. They are not as they usually are, even in his short period of time knowing them. So, without further ado, without more mush of the mouth, without much more potato of the speech, I shall hopefully go through here and continue to change things. What I have so far, hang on, always remember to stay hydrated. And by which I mean drink an entire ocean like your big fluffy friend here. What a uniquely burp-sounding squeak of the chair, which was not me. Oh, I will delay here in just a moment. I do wish to show off. I did a little project during the whole isolation thing because I wanted to rearrange my room. I'd also like to rearrange my shirt collar, or robe color here, my velour, my Hefner jacket. And I decided I wanted to rearrange my room and have some sort of sense of theme or something. So I made this little wooden crate or shelf, I guess, or out of bits and pieces of wood I found laying along the road. Wood laying along the wood, just mush potato mouth. So, I should have taken and filmed the making of this, but I didn't. So, I'm just going to have to raise this up, go back. We're going on a trip. I'm hoping the cords are long enough. But there, you see, a nice shelf. It looks pleasant. I have my Octus Award up there, my fine china up there, so I get to look like a 70-year-old gamer. I'm like 85 and the big... I'd love to see that. I know the Skyrim grandma is one of the most... Pull that quote out from there. One of the most wholesome individuals on the face of the earth. I'm kind of sad that she was going... Well, no, I'm not kind of sad. I'm very sad that she was going through the drama she was going through at the time with the commenters and everything. And as wholesome as she is, just talking about an 80-year-old Gears of War fan, I'd love to see just like this 95 to 102-year-old dude just sitting curled over an Xbox controller, just typing or not typing, but like clacking the controls and going away and just wrecking house, just boof, boof, knocking people down. Because Gears, I've not played the new ones yet, but Gears has always had a special place in my heart. I love the mid to close range fighting because if you give me a sniper rifle, I will give you a bunch of holes in the wall and a still living target. My aim is similar to a custard pudding in the middle of Mount Doom, which is to say, melted and ineffectual. What wonderful twists and turns my conversation goes on when left alone. Ooh, in easy nose. Oh, and Ray gives everybody her best. I know she'd want to be here if she could because I instant messenger. And were it not for woeful work schedules, we would have the little bean machine herself in the chat, just smiling it up and being a wonderful, overly modest person. Because she's cool like that. I'm also violently trying to keep my wallet closed because during the whole Corona thing, I've kind of gone on a shopping spree. I've bought little Tomy robots that I've always wanted from like the 80s, even though I wasn't born, and that shtick comes from... I don't know if anyone remembers this, so I'm going to like blast you with nostalgia here. Whoa, nostalgia. And for Christmas, we really didn't use the internet all that much because it was still early 90s. And my parents would just get me and my sister like these little Sears books or Walmart catalogs or Kmart catalogs. And I remember very distinctly the living room of my house in 60 Chestnut Street back in Pennsylvania. It's since burnt to the ground. It doesn't exist anymore. But if any of you want to look up an old ranch house, go right ahead. 60 Chestnut Street, Beaver Springs, Pennsylvania. It was near the top of a hill. And in that big living room, there was like this little spot where like the carpet would stop just next to one of the doors leading out. And it was just linoleum. And we'd lay there because, you know, the carpet, it would get hot, but the linoleum was nice and cool. And you just lay there on this flat surface. And Mom would give you a pen of a color and then, you know, the sibling a different pen. And she'd say, okay, circle what you want for Christmas and we'll see what Santa will bring you. And all the time in all the Sears catalogs, I would see a little robot face holding a little book. Sadly, this one didn't come with it. But holding a little book with a bunch of little wind-up robots next to it. And I always wanted one of these little Tomy Dingbots. A little bit dusty from the mail. Don't worry, fellow. And I'd always circle it, and Sears would never have them. And I eventually learned what Sears did was Sears would take and they just reuse and reprint the magazines they had and the pictures, and they just changed the text. So I was never able to get them. And during the whole Corona thing, I was in a funk. I had some extra money, and I decided to buy them. And now the problem is, now that I have embraced the glory of online shopping, I have to unembrace it very quickly, otherwise my bank account is just going to and crash. So that's my little happy recollection. I finally have them. I'm going to take my rings off for extra dexterity and get some typing done. I'm really happy with the way my room's coming along, by the way. Like, I'm embracing a lot of blues, obviously, and I'm going with kind of a Federation, Starfleet kind of feel to everything. If I could find on Etsy a very nice throw rug or something for the middle of my room with the UFP symbol on it, I'd be quite happy. And I'm also very tempted to try and sit down and design like a TNG era modification for the Constitution class. I know it's stupid and impractical, but those are like the design credentials for a Starfleet ship. And during the Battle of Wolf 359, there is clearly wreckage from a Constitution refit still floating there. So the Federation still used them for a while. I don't know why. I guess domestic affairs will always need ships to want to move diplomats and people to and fro and fro and to. So, who knows? I try not to do that with Infinity Quest. And as far as world building goes, I'm trying to work on future human names. And I kind of had an epiphany a little while ago in the sense of I kind of want distinct names for my own thing, because everyone wants to stand out nowadays. There's hundreds of thousands of other people, and that shouldn't discourage you from writing your own thing, but it should be a factor you bear in mind. There is a lot of competition out there. Do as best as you can. Try and keep a timely pace about you, which admittedly I'm not known for doing, and try to do something in your own flavor. Don't just emulate something else. And I know for me, I want my humans not to just be a background set piece that, like they did in Star Trek, you're not important, tone down your performance so that the aliens really stand out. I want them to be just as interesting to the viewer or reader as the aliens. Because we change so amazingly, so profoundly as time goes on, that the idea of humanity, even in a generation from now, even in 2 generations, let alone 100 years or 100 plus, is itself something that's so wildly different than what it is now that you can't help but be interested in it. And I want to sort of reflect that. I got to thinking about names. We've had the same names for a very long time. Tom, Philip, Xander, Xavier, Richard, Todd, George. And I kind of wanted not only to depart from that, which, believe me, I have to go through and... Excuse me, I don't think my nose is on straight. I have to go through and kind of fix that, because most of the names I've used are still very common old-timey names. And I want to impart these new quirky names. And I was thinking, what kind of names, given the quirkiness of not just humanity, but the millennial generation alone, what kind of names would follow after it? We have Northwest and West-West, up, down, left, right, AB, AB, start. Good Catholic name there. Ooh, crack goes the neck. And I decided to take words that I felt had a good body to them, like a good sound to them, like they could be a name. Styx, Beyond, Crate, but spell them phonetically correct, but visually as painfully as possible, that they still work, and go with that. So I have names like, let me just right here, let's put it in maximum blind people text. We have Styx, we have Beyond, we have Crate. I even had, for Infinity Quest, a lady name I like to use, because it had a nice resonance in the throat to want to say it. Imagine a cute, shy little girl, and she comes and introduces herself to the front of the class as Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the class, Miss She's an exchange student from Georgia. She's a shy girl from Maryland. Just pleasant, humming I love it as a name. I love the way Beyond looks there, because I don't know, it's just nice. Crate has a good, this is my friend Crate McCarthy from New York. It feels like it works, and I like it for it. Ah, God, itchy nose. Hang on, I'm gonna have to play the Song of the Nose Charmer to sort of sort that out. Hopefully I can take away all its abnormalities. Marvelous, much better. Kleenex, watch yourself. I'm coming after you. We've invented, the brown note that everyone's worried about. They want to use it militarily, so like they make like wait across like the battlefield, and like all the other soldiers just and like soil up their fatigues, clear up to the neck hole. That was the nose note. That was the end note. Now, with all that goofiness aside, now maybe I can say, now let's get started, and then do 3 or 4 more cycles before getting into the actual work. Sounds good to me. You know what I should really do is I should blow my nose before these streaming and recording sessions, because I've been rearranging stuff. I have a tissue box right here, and I am going to do this, so give me just a moment. In the meantime, please enjoy the comical stylings of Rokusho, who is very much free, very much here, according to his own will. Please, he is fine. Doba, don't join, like, right now. My brain. I can smell the future! And I really hope I was out of frame there, because I don't want people to see me, like, going to town, digging up my frontal lobe. Okay, so, like I said, here's the next document. I'm probably going to try tackling Infinity Quest from a couple different angles. I've been tackling it with the idea and assumption that I was going to finish the last few chapters. Hello, Mr. Mirror. Let me make sure that I'm all pretty and I don't have any nose goblins. Hello. I've been going at it with the assumption that I'd do the last few chapters and I'd pop back, I'd shoot through, I'd do all the editings and rewrites I want to do. But I feel like I might want to go against that, because originally I was talking about, clear and press forward. And yes, forward motion is good. Getting it done, that'll be a good clap on the back. But I think before I get too far into the ending bits, I should probably pop up to the beginning, because I have like the first 9 pages of the rewrite of the intro done already and uploaded to DeviantArt. Or not done, but mostly done. I think near final draft. Go through, pop that in, work with that, and just fix the little details and the little abnormalities and things here and there, and just make sure all the story threads are tight and where they need to be, and I don't forget any critical details or leave anything that I don't want to unresolved. And just move on from that point once everything behind me is all set up. Slap it out to an editor, have them proofread everything, say you spell like a gibbon, tell them ooh-ee, take my money, and sort that out and publish it. Sounds like a good enough plan to me. Yes, as we can all tell, my Nen ability is procrastinating. I can only I am the Netero of procrastination. He's got, what is it, the Gunyin Bodhisattva? Mine is the Eat-In Bodhisattva, yeah. Wham! It's a Cultro! My god, his Nen ability must be knowing when he's been called! There's been an anime reference. Oh, one of my earlier points about shopping online. I've been recently practicing, and his internet died. He knew his moment. I've been thinking about trying to buy a new outfit for myself, and this is the desperately trying to keep my wallet closed point from earlier. And since I'm getting better at digital art, I didn't want to buy the outfit and be like, well, it looks good, but with this situation going on, it kind of looks like crap. So I opened up SAI, I took the clothes, I put them together, and then I drew me in because now I have my mirror set up right here behind my computer during the rearranging of my room. And it wasn't a deal breaker. And I know I should be saving my money because I've got a car to fix. And I know it's a pretty anime-looking outfit, but I still kind of really like it. I just need to realistically think how much of a weeaboo I'm willing to look like. And how much of a weeaboo I'm willing to let people see me look like, because I know at some point in time it's going to end up on my YouTube channel. A little bit of Monster Energy. You know, take the edge off, make me much more calm and level-headed. Yeah. I've also noticed I've developed a weird habit with writing. I keep writing the word would. Would do this. Yee, I made... It's a coyote! Oh, and Tesh calling the kettle black. Kettle, your metal is a terrible hue. Riddled with holes, can he hold your brew? So, Meg and Tesh, good to see you! Megan Tesh, by the way, I like that as a name. It sounds like an off-brand computer. Hey, Jimmy, what'd you get? An Apple? A Macintosh? No, I went to Korea and I bought a Macintosh. Megan Tesh. It doesn't so much access the internet so much as it does act more like a microwave. Nice to see you streaming again. Yes, same here. The weather held out and I'm no longer at a water park, which was a unique week to want to be in. But yes, I'm here. I've got everything set up except for blowing my nose before the stream. That I just kind of had to go do that and readjust the orientation of my brain strips. Yeah, microwave. By the way, when I find time, I'm going to start up a little writing story with Tesh. And it's going to go through a similar story and situation as your Star Trek thing. And if you ever want to continue that, I am more than up for that. But I think that might be a little bit fun to send him through the Delta Quadrant in a cheese grater. Yeah, we went to Volcano Bay, which was very fun. Like, that's the most fun I've had in a very long time. It is very, very fun. I loved it. Okay. Like a professional, I answer all my private messages live on stream. That sounds so cool. Did you get sunburn? No, surprisingly not. And to make sure I didn't get sunburn, the good Lord decided that clouds and torrential downpour was perfect way to end that wonderful water park day. Did you get burned? Wow, big D. No, I will keep this family friendly. I will keep this family friendly. Okay. Taking a single... Heart LMAO! God, don't encourage me, Meg! Oh God, by the way, Colby recently made me listen to this, I think Dane Cook's special, or just this part of it where it's, oh God, it's the sound that makes me punch babies, or something like that. Like, that is one of the most unique audio sound bites I've ever heard. And then he had me listen to some other, or excuse me, she had me listen to some other guy who does this Hot Pockets joke, or or not really joke, but a theme, a series of jokes, a string of comedy. And it is just fantastic because it is relatable as far as the pain of Hot Pockets go, and of course we still keep eating them. Because I had Lean Pockets once, and those were pretty good. Sounds like thunder outside. It's a good thing I didn't burp, otherwise I'd have a very weird, almost fishy taste in my mouth right now and have a existential crisis on when the last time I had fish was. Thank goodness for good manners. So let's see, and again, as I'm inclined to do, I highly recommend this too. If there's a part you're unhappy with, just grab it, rip it out kicking and screaming, slam it into a blank document, slap it around until you like the way it looks, and then put it back in the document. It gives you that nice intimate touch with abusing your work. Alright, taking a single deep but quiet breath of focus, Tanner turned his attention to the pilot. Left. Acquainting. With neural interface. What don't you like about this? One too many spaces. Okay, you're funny guy. Thank you. I just have the new neural interface because the Defender is a new vehicle. It is his newest command. Boy, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun editing the audio for this one, because then I'm way up here. And welcome to Written Wednesday, blowing out all my audio channels. And then I'm down here muttering quietly, just muttering all the lyrics. Lyrics, yes, because little do we know, Infinity Quest is actually the world's longest song. No, the dialogue and writing and narration and words and things. And I've completely lost my train of thought there, so we're going to abandon this train wreck and just get back into work and frown while doing it so we look like we're paying attention and everything's going according to plan. Yes, I am trying to weave both of my eyebrows into one terrible unibrow right, live, but in front of your eyes. Yes. Yes, no, it's not a stream unless you've managed to tie one eyebrow to the other and form one incredible lasso. You're doing great. Yes, thank you. Excellent. I'm doing absolutely A-okay. Everything is going according to plan. Writing is happening. Coke addiction. Just full strength. Fine and dandy. Never been better. Never been healthier. It's Coke Zero. There's no sugar or calories in it. A-okay. I am immortal so long as there's no calories. This is just basically a stream or an excuse for me to record myself drinking every last ounce of liquid in the world. Excuse me. I am a writer. I have a vast lexicon, and I am capable of citing very large words from the dictionary. Speaking of my own devices, though, seems to be an act of futility. God, please, Internet, don't think that I have an IQ of 6. I'd like to at least break double digits. Doing a lot of... Get you down there. We're going to isolate you and focus on... Yeah, when it fizzes like it's about to explode, that's a very good sign. I'm watching you. That wasn't a burp. That was my best impersonation of a northerly gale. How am I doing? Breeze in your sideburns. Yes. Oh, God. I still have my friends. You're included as one of my friends, but I still have other friends reference that picture you drew of me as a baby where you just drew my head on this little tiny sausage body. It is deeply disturbing. And they still remember it. What? No, that's the one you drew. I just say occasionally they still keep referencing it. Because I remember I was in stream when you ducked out to draw this thing on, I think, pencil and paper. It was just a baby bundle, and then there was this horrible face with, I believe... Yes. In fact, exactly these terrible sunglasses on. I'm just there like... smiling or doing some goofy thing. Your friend. By friend you meant... No, I mean other friends. You drew it. And I did not want to undersell the fact that you are my friend. Ha. And I had mentioned it to them at some point in time, and for some reason they decided that, yes, this is a thing that I will put the mental energy into remembering. I was not happy. Because every time they bring that up, I can see it. LMAO, they cannot unsee. No, neither can I. Just like the sound of my own stupid laugh makes me laugh. What can be laughed at cannot be unlaughed. Because I went through, I decided I was going to watch and see, because occasionally I'll go to my YouTube videos and listen to them to see how the audio editing is. And I can't not laugh whenever I bust and start laughing, like the cats a few streams ago, where Ray was having an issue with power, and Gidge and Katie kept sending me pictures of mean cats that eventually drove me to a point of laughing insanity. LMAO, they cannot unsee. One of these days, Gidge will have to pay. I'll have to pay Gidge to doodle it better. No, please, God, no. No. Oh, we do not need that on this earth, please. I want to get into heaven at some point. Oh. Oh. I think the more I cringe at that, gradually the more like Hank Hill I sound. At least in here it sounds like it. Just at some point we're just like it's BOOM! Goodness. See, I get one person in here and immediately I turn into a laughing sped. Ooh, crap. I know there's an M word for having a lot on your mind. Not malaise, not maelstrom. Mire? Is mire the right word? Not mire. Ooh. Mire. Synonyms. Yeah. Scratch my nose. The explosive harmony from my specialized nose instrument that only vaguely resembles a balloon that has popped at the end are still affecting me. I'm going to have to check myself into a rhino specialist. I don't think Myers right. Here, let's use trusty Google. Let's push up our sleeves. Let out a strangely satisfied sigh at that. Word for having a lot on your mind. Yes. Help me, Google. Give me a word. Oh, and then synonyms. What's synonyms for a lot on your mind? A lot on my plate, a lot on his mind, a lot on my mind, a lot on your plate, a lot going on right, a lot on his plate, much on my plate. You're not helping. A lot to deal, a lot happening, too much on my plate, greatly concerned. Internet, why are you sometimes useless? Meditate, ruminate. No, it was lost to the, it's not maelstrom, but it's like a storm or a flurry of stuff going on in your brain pan. I'm pretty sure it starts with an M. Hmm. Ah, morass maybe. Yes. We got him. We did it. Okay. Tanner pulled his thoughts back to the task ahead. Biting the inside of his lip. His recollection. Okay, so that sentence can go. We fixed that. See, we're whittling it down. We're getting something we're happy with. Right here, this little bit here. All around him would bust. Again, would. That's been a weird fixation of mine where I say, would do this, would do that. I have a weird sense of tense for most of the book. Or not most of the book, just most of these new pages. I've been doing that a lot in writing with Ray as well for Will to Survive. Thankfully, I've busted the habit, but at some point I just picked that up and I could not break it. Didn't realize we were carpenters. Oh God, what? Something in the wind has learned my name, and it's telling me that things are not the same. Not a cloud in the sky. Something I have not listened to that song in a while. No, I really... There was a time I was really into the Carpenters, and like I got really sentimental a lot. I think I was still with my ex-girlfriend, so there was a lot of... You know I can smile without you. I can't smile without you. I can't laugh and I can't cry. I'm finding it hard to remember this song. But no, I'd listen to like sappy songs like that while we were still together. I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm an enormous sap. When I get affectionate, I turn into a bowl of Nutella. It is nothing but sweet, chocolatey filth. All around him would bustle. Bustled! You just add a D at the end and it's done. You don't need another word. Brain, I'm going to have to talk to your manager. Crap, that's me. Bustle them all. Buff command. Stop looking at my bustle. Meg, I'm sorry. I had no idea you were indecent. Oh, the winky face, of course. Thank you for that. Little... I hear that every time I look at that emoji, by the way. Dem ankles. How scandalous. I must remind you, dear Megan, that this is a PG stream. I will not have your trampish ankles seducing the innocent viewers on my YouTube channel. Not on my watch. No, we're reaffirming strong Christian values. Get rid of these ankles. Them gams. Her gams. So sorry. Little did we know this was the start of Meg's leg career. What is with the tongue twisters tonight? My head's just going to turn into a terrible Gordian knot of tongue. Another northerly gale. It's a good night for sailing. My late career. No, leg career, not late career. This isn't a post-mortem fashion show, though granted they are about the same width and waistline. All around him bustled a mob of command staff manning the various stations working at the... Yes. Rapid departure. More faces, more unknowns. Yeah, a lot of this is just clutter and soup of the mouth that doesn't need to be said. This whole thing can kind of go. So yeah, I'm just gonna boop you. Make you pop. Ugh, big, ugly, angry, and red. Yes, that's exactly what we need. Just some big, terrible. Just took a drink when you talked about sailing, trying to kill me. No. Though I find it funny that my talk of sailing immediately imbues you to live the sailor lifestyle. Just the very mention of a sail sends Meg into a drinking fit. All the rum in a 12-mile radius disappears. And all her dogs are very confused. Those feelings gave way now to... What would you do with a drunken sailor? I don't know. It's much more interesting when that question is asked and the drunken sailor is a drunken coyote. Lay it to sleep away from power tools. Lay it to sleep away from power tools. Lay it to sleep away from power tools, 'cause I like my home. Yeah, this can all go. You're all junk. Because I don't need to keep reaffirming the same details, the same plot points, the same... He's sad. His ship and crew died. That's a big part of his motivation and character. But honestly, that just feels like a filler episode in dialogue form right there. That doesn't need to be there. Ah, BRB. No, the call of the rum. Meg, don't do it! Think of the sound barrier. Thank you. Don't tell me it's wrong when you're going to then stop telling me it's wrong and make my perception of reality break down all the faster. Cut. Just going to take this, grab this, go to Infinity Quest. Speak like a normal human being. Bam! Paste it. Bada boom. Look at that. Click save because I'm a smart boy. And then try and crack my neck because I'm not that smart. Not quite that smart. Okay, yeah, that's a definite improvement. We've consolidated a lot of that there. That's 2 paragraphs that didn't need to be. Yeah. And again, I think this is tying in good to the whole keep action happening and going forward. I'm not wasting too much time. I think we can get to them departing much sooner. I'm happy with that. Then maybe at tonight, whether it's in stream or not, I can start putting in the new chapter 1 and just overhauling from one end of the story and sort of catch up somewhere in the middle. There, wood again. What is with me and wood? I swear to goodness, a werebeaver must have set about this document while I was not looking. like that dialogue, though. That's good like that. Boom, back to this document. Now let's see the paragraph here and see if we can't dissect it a little. Clyker's brow would knock on, teasingly perk as he peeked up from the recessed nook which housed the navigation table towards his brother. The little space that sat sunken between the electric blue doors of the main lift and the railing around the captain's chair would... Take a shot, everybody at home. Every time I've said would, like, go replay the video, and every time I say would or have would written down, take a shot of your finest and strongest bourbon. Let me know if you make it to the end of this video alive. If not, I'm very sorry for the loss of your loved one. You've probably just discovered them now while the video is playing, and it is my deepest regret that you have found them. But on the upside, given the gross quantity of alcohol they're probably dealing with, they are likely pickled and should keep magnificently while you fly the rest of the family in for grieving. Clanker's brown. Large holographic star chart would rise from the circular table's smooth surface. Between the Megarian and the other twin, the small private space would buzz with calculations and telemetries until a final course was plotted and sent to Ron Station. Ah, yes. Welcome back, Meg. All the while, Tanner would... If I decided that I had to do push-ups every time I went through here and found an overuse of the word would, I would be I'd be Saitama by the end of this. I would not be doing push-ups. I'd be violently shaking the earth back and forth like it owed me lunch money. Hang on. I'm going to slip into a more intense fashion. Hang on. The Hefner robe is coming off. We're getting serious now. Oh, the scandalousness. Hopefully my back isn't all sweated up. Otherwise, that was probably an unflattering view. Hello, little red fuzzy. Go away. We're ready to go now. We're going to get serious. The kid gloves are off. I'm up for some fisticuffs. I've donned my fighting trousers. We're going to battle our way through this, and we're going to fight out all these unnecessary uses of the word would. Whoop whoop. Monies. Lots of monies. Where? Can I please have some? Please. The fancy attire is an illusion. It helps with my self-esteem. I am actually quite poor. Please, money. Is that money? I guess it is. Little money with little wings. Train his focus on the center screen above the computer core. The weeping red sky, the smoky clouds, and the stars. Tanner would turn his seat. Would he now? Could he now? How about you just write he turns his chair, me of the past? I'm going to... Here, this is for you. Ah! Next time, write it right. Fancy money, indeed. Hang on. I can achieve an extra level of seriousness. The pince-nez are coming out. Ah! They've got a big smeggy fingerprint on them, though, so I'm going to take and fix that. Ew. Oh. That's right. I recently found a bottle of glasses cleaner. Yes, it smells terrible. This will do cleaning quite nicely. Oh! When my sister was just a wee tiny little gidget, I remember our family was desperate to get her into dolls and perfume and dress up. We all see how well that went. But they get her these little fake perfume, or these little perfume bottles of cheap perfume. And instead of using them for the dolls, she just tried to mix up chemicals inside of the little Pokeballs we got from Burger King. But I distinctly remember some of them smelling exactly like that, like this does right now. Yes, bring the smell closer to my nose. This is like atomic Play-Doh mixed with alcohol, and I don't like it. Chick was an alchemist, yes. While little girls played with little dolls, Gidge was looking for a way to make little dolls into lots of gold. They played with Barbie dolls. She played with tomahawks. Then she summoned skeletons to wield the tomahawk so she could gain an advantage in her combat. Okay, so pretty much all of this can be changed or condensed. I'm going to take... I'm going to make that... Can I make you a... What? No, what? No, what? No, what? 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 Stop turning me into Macklemore here. I would very much like... Found that nom nom a con, I see. Nom nomicon. Oh. I see what you're doing. Oh, that's bright and obnoxious. I'm just going to go like that. Oh, it's fine. The frown was from the color choices of the highlight thing. It's not of disapproval of you. It is fine. You are my one audience member. I live to please you. All right. So, indent. And I do 3 indent because I want to feel special instead of doing 2. I'm a special man. If these streams have not already proved that to you. Where'd my mouse go? My mouse has disappeared. I don't like that. Where are you, mouse? Why has my mouse disappeared? Okay, it's not appearing on OBS. Oh. Why did my mouse disappear? Did I? That's not it. Oh God, this is no. I wanted to do more typing. What is this? I was just getting work done. I want to take and control save. There it, oh God, mouse. Oh, it's back. It's back. Don't ever do that to me again. I swear I will find where you live. Now that that's over with, let's calmly and collectedly move back to this document. I'm sure there... I'm sure... Excuse me, a little bit of Herman Munster's coming out there. I'm sure we can make this a little bit more efficient. Goodness gracious. Yes, crisis averted. Mm-hmm. Bro has PTSD. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Dave does too. Oh. If it wouldn't have come back, I would have probably had PTSD. I'd punched the first exterminator I found. Why'd you take my mouse away? Who are you and why are you hitting my truck? Your hand looks broken. Alright, Miss Mamali, have the computer compile any up-to-date census information. Call officials have collected and let them start. Oh, look, here it is again. A stone serious hush would wash over the command deck. When I first started this book, I had this bad habit. I kept using the word massive over and over and over and over again, to the point that one of the people I showed said that if I used the word massive one more time, they would beat me up. Wood is the new massive. I've got to fix this. Everything is just so big. It's so big. Okay, a lot of this. I want to see how much I can actually consolidate this section down here. Ooh, brain blast. Jimmy Neutron, got a blast. Imperceptible? Okay. Brother, not bother. How did I spell? Yeah, Clay. There we go. Sadly, I must go. My doggies need to walk. Well, that's alright. I think this is a good place to end the stream. So glad to see you streaming again, and I'm very glad you could join me. Hopefully I'll see you again next week. I'll be able to speak a little bit better without tripping over my own uvula, but I doubt it. But until then, we'll see. And remember, always keep a kind state of mind, keep your heart open to others, and always pursue your dreams. Because it is only through the work, the trials, the tribulations, the highs, the lows, that you will realize the dreams you're trying to get to. Whether it's art, writing, video game making, programming, or even if you want to be the best Olympic yodeling master that you can be, it all takes practice. And I'll be happy to be right there as you need me to vote you on. I'm rooting for you. And until next Wednesday, have a great day.